Cameron? Can you hear me? I can't hear. I can't hear you. Can anybody else hear Cameron?
Oh, there you go. I forgot to unmute myself.
Thank you. Yay.
Thanks, Brenda. Hey, Shelly, how's it going? Good to see you. I know Jen's painting is what I was saying. Jen's painting today, so she won't be commenting as much, which is totally fine. That's cool. Big jobs getting done in her home. Gina was going to be jumping on today as well, so look for her name to pipe in. So if you guys have any questions for her, that'd be great too. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start the call. And again, this will be recorded. So yeah, I'll just start the call. Oh, wait. Never mind. It was already started. Okay. I forgot I changed some settings to automatically record. I got to fix that. All right. So welcome to our Talk Tuesday call. Today, I'm excited to share with you guys something that I've been working on for the last while, specifically the last month. Many of you guys are familiar with our PrELITE Plus program. PrELITE was a program that originated in our team to help train new builders. And it is a builder-oriented program. So this is not necessarily for people that don't want to grow a business. This is for people that say, yes, I want to make this a business. And then you offer to take them through PrELITE as a way of training and supporting them through the huge learning curve that is this business. And just to put a little context to it, you guys just remember, anytime you start a new career, we go to college for 4 years to learn that career or prepare to perform in that career. And then we get in that career, and then there's an additional learning curve. So when we take on the job of learning a new business, there is a learning curve to it. And the reason why we use PrELITE Plus is because we want to help people shorten that learning curve, also focus on the things that are going to make the biggest impact in their business from the beginning, and also just allow people the opportunity to build a relationship with their upline, and work on some skills, work on some mindset, and prove themselves through exercises, activities that grow their own confidence in themselves. Because in the end, this business isn't so much about how talented you are as a salesperson or how smart you are in any other capacity. It really comes down to, do you believe in yourself? And so for a lot of us, learning to believe in ourselves starts with simple actions that grow confidence. And as we do those actions consistently, our confidence will grow, and thus we grow our businesses because we're growing ourselves. And so there's the whole intertwining of PrELITE. You can go find many of the similar concepts that we teach in PrELITE in other sales trainings, or in like even a little flyer on building doTERRA or launching your business, or other things that are out there within the doTERRA world. The unique thing that PrELITE brings to the table that you're not going to get in those other places is you're going to get that one-on-one training, interaction, and support from an AP or a mentor that really helps establish the connection of the business partner relationship. So anyway, there's a lot of good things that PrELITE brings to the table for your business. And so I hope that you guys, as I go through all the upgrades and updates that are coming in this program that have been released, you guys will be excited to talk about the business more regularly. So, hey, Denise and Gina, welcome. So, and Gina has been a wonderful addition and support to the release of 2.0. So you'll see her notes and letters in those books too. So let me just go over. I'm going to pull up I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see some of the materials that we'll be using. Okay, so just so you guys remember, there's 3 people involved in PrELITE mentoring. There is the mentor, there is an accountability partner, which we call the AP, and then there is a participant, okay? And all 3 people have distinct roles and responsibilities, but also different guidebooks, okay? So we're going to just start with the big picture of the mentor guidebook, and then we'll break it down into what's included in the accountability partner guidebook and what's included in the participant guidebook, so you guys can have a general idea of these changes. Now, the things that you have to know that have changed with the old program to the new, the key changes are, one, we have assessments. And so we take an assessment for the participant at the very beginning of the call, or the mentoring of 8 weeks, in the middle at 4 weeks, and at the end, just to see and help people see their own progress, how their own confidence is growing, and they're really being honest with themselves. Because in any business, we're looking for people to be honest with their personal growth, okay? So what, let me see here. Somebody just texted me and it threw my head off. So I'm just going to go through this mentor guidebook with you guys really quick so you guys can see. The mentor guidebook, one of the reasons we love this guidebook is that it provides in fact, I'm going to zoom in this so you guys can see this. It provides scripts so that you, as you build your confidence and as you lead your team, you don't have to feel like, I don't know what to say, meaning I can't do the business side of this business because I don't know what to say. We take that excuse off of the table and give you what to say until you learn more by experience, and it flows out of you a little bit more naturally and organically, I guess you could say, okay? So the program is this. There are 3 people involved, like we covered, the mentor, the AP, and the participant. It's most ideal when you have all 3 people involved, but it isn't necessary, meaning that you can say, I'm going to act as the mentor and AP role and support my participant. And you might be in a place on your team that is required and that is needed because there's nobody else up above you to support you. So that is something to consider. There are some pre-qualifications we require for participants to do before they start the program. This is for a very specific reason, and please don't start anybody in the program until they have completed these, because they need to understand this is the prep work for understanding all that happens in the program. First is they have to purchase their own participant guidebook. That is really important, essentially, just because they're putting some skin in the game. They're getting this 100-page guidebook that's going to be a resource to them in the future as they build their business, and they need those tools. We want them to buy the 4 essential steps to build your essential oil business by Edge Success. That's available only on Audible for $10. You can listen to it. It's 4 CDs, and it gives a very great overview of the entire business process in a very encouraging way. And we like people to listen to that so that they can have that big overview picture before they get into the nitty-gritty details. And then the last thing we ask them to purchase is the Leadership and the 1-Minute Manager book that's available on Amazon for around $13. It's a book that is written by Ken Blanchard, who is renowned in his leadership studies and skill development. And we like the concepts and the vocabulary that he introduces into that book, and we use that in our assessments and as we go through the program with people, so they need to have that foundational understanding of that, okay? So just know that those are the 3 things that they need to purchase. There's actually activities that they need to do, and I'll go over those in a second. But the program runs for a total of 8 weeks. The first 4 weeks are really focused on skills, and then for sharing skills, and then the last 4 weeks are focused on business development and business sharing skills, okay? So those, the mindset is covered throughout the entire program. But the reason why we have the first 4 weeks and then an assessment is because sometimes we will come across people who are really not just committed. And so we give them the opportunity to say, hey, I just want to be a sharer, I'm out. And that ends after 4 weeks, essentially, because they choose to end it, okay? And we give them that, yeah, that's fine, we're done. And for the right people, we'll continue on with the business training who really want to understand the business and make it a true, legitimate income for themselves, okay? So you have the sharing side and the business side of things. If somebody says, hey, I just want to be a sharer right now, and they come back and they say, I want to be more of a business leader partner right now, you can always take them through the last 4 weeks later, okay? That's always an option to you, up to you. Let's see. So when we do these calls, they're usually conducted over Zoom so we can see each other's faces, coordinate a weekly call with your participant, your AP, and yourself so that you're all getting to chat and cover the topics of that week so that you can support that new participant as they build a business. So this is the outline for every week call. The first week is an orientation call where you go over the program and you do a skill assessment, okay? The second week, we teach the skill of asking, inviting, and referrals. And then we go into the mindset of I am good enough, all right? We start them on learning how to work on their own thoughts and their own personal development with these mindset tools. The second week, we go over the skills of presenting, teaching, and enrolling, and the mindset of I am capable. The third week, we go over follow-up routines and the skill or the mindset of I am successful. And then those are basically the sharing skills that somebody needs to know. And if they have been practicing through assignments and other things, those skills, we give them opportunity to assess their development levels and their commitment levels. And then we take them in. If they sort of are the right people, we'll take them into the last part of the training. If they're not, we'll say, we'll reschedule something to do that later, or just invite them to continue to practice those things because their commitment isn't just there. It's just not there. But for the people that do continue forward with the program, like are wanting to do the business legitimately, we'll start talking about the skill of personal development. Mindset is I am lovable. The fifth week, we'll go into business invitations, how to do that. And then the mindset of I am supported. The sixth week is rank and placement strategy. And then I am deserving. The seventh week is focusing on their strengths and how they support their team. And the mindset is learning, well, basically I am, and creating powerful affirmations for their own business goals. And then the final assessment, final call is an assessment and skill, final assessment. And we cover the skill of self-leadership and future planning, because what you want as you take somebody through this program is you want to help them develop the skill of being confident to break down something big into manageable steps so they know exactly what actions they can take on it and how you can show up and support them in that, and how they can ask for support in that, and creating that kind of continuity there. So this program really is ideal for one-on-one mentoring. Some people and some teams like to do group things. I just have never found that as effective as building a relationship one-on-one with your new builder and your new participant with the support of the accountability partner. It's just going to have so much better results. It is a lot of time up front, but it's going to return to you tenfold if you put in that time with your person up front. So let's see if there's anything else I want to like I said, they purchased their own guidebook. You can access, once you're a mentor in the program, you can access all of the materials, but your participants and your APs will purchase their own guidebooks, giving them access to their own membership area that they can find the resources that they need. And I'll show you guys what that looks like in a second. By the end of the program, this is what everybody will have acquired as a participant and what you should have on hand as a mentor. You should have Leadership in the 1 Minute Manager by Ken Blanchard. You should have the new edition of Self-Leadership in the 1 Minute Manager, also by Ken Blanchard. Those are resource books that you as a mentor will want to have. The book Strengths Finders 2.0, the 4 Essential Steps Audible listening to, and then any preferred support tools. Like you might like doTERRA's new Empowered Success, or you might like Live Naturally. There's other tools out there, but just that's up to you what you prefer. So again, back to what the participant needs to do before they start a program with you is they need to purchase those 3 resources, the books, the CDs, and the participant guidebook. Complete a list of 100. and depending on your preference for them, schedule 4 classes within the first 5 weeks of their program. So they need to say, yes, I'm going to, show up for my business the first month of this program. So that's optional just because everybody has different philosophies on how they go about that. I would encourage you to teach 4 classes when you launch a program, when you launch your business. Teach, with your upline, get 4 classes on the books, and all the invites that you do and the reaching out to people will feed into all of that. Okay. All right. So let's introduce to you guys what the weekly call scripts look like. This is, again, a tool just for the mentor, so that they have the opportunity to know what to say as they take somebody through the program. There's always an agenda so that they know what to be said. There's the script and questions that they ask throughout the call to help them guide their interaction and make sure it's not just a lecture to their participant, but really a discussion where you get to know your participant and what their concerns are and keep note of those, okay? We introduced to them the concept of development levels, which is that leadership and the 1-minute manager that's introduced in there, as well as in self-leadership and the 1-minute manager. Those development levels we spoke about last week on our Talk Tuesday, so you guys would find some continuity there too. And then you do this first skill assessment, and you also do a commitment assessment, because we're looking for them to show up not just in their skills, but in how committed they are to the things that this program requires of them, okay? And again, if you're doing your first skill assessment and their scores are like really low on their commitment, this probably isn't the program for them. And that's okay. You can find another way to support them or direct them and instruct them and encourage them outside of this program. But the program will become frustrating to them because their commitment level does not match with the demands of the program. So you need people to have some level of excitement and commitment to keeping their obligations in the program, okay? Let's see. At the end of the week, at the end of the orientation call, we introduce them to their next week's assignments. Just so you guys know, these assignments vary week to week, but there becomes every week something that is very consistent. We ask them to time block. We ask them to work on inviting people, contacting people, following up with people, and just being consistent in those actions of their business. But we start this week 1 with just getting the groundwork laid, helping them learn about the product, helping them learn about what their why could be, and getting a vision board up and going, as well as, just being ready for the next phase of the business. So again, it's just going to go through those things. Oops, my screen froze. Every week, again, the agenda. The mentor speaks for the very beginning of the call, then turns the time over to the AP, who will train on the skills. And then the AP turns the time back to the mentor, who trains on mindset. And then you give the AP gives the assignments for the next week, and then you're done with that call. All right. So there's this flow between business partners as mentor and AP in support of this new participant. Okay. And you teach them these skills that I had outlined that we cover every call. All right. So that is the flow every week. It's train, like you review the last week, you train on new skills, you cover new mindset, and then you go into like the new assignments for the next week and make sure that they understand what that looks like so they can be successful in that. And the AP is really a vital part of this program. So I'm going to introduce you guys to the Accountability Partner Guidebook now. This guidebook, let me scroll up to the beginning, is something new that 2.0 has that the previous PrELITE didn't have. And it's added because we found that APs did not understand their role particularly. And so we're defining what that looks like for them a little bit better. Again, so they can build their confidence. So they can say, yes, I can be a mentor. Yes, I can be a leader. And that confidence does increase over time for most people. Again, some people come to doTERRA as a business and they have all the skills and they have all the confidence in the world and they don't really need something like this. But what I know to be true is that the people they bring into the business will need something like PrELITE. And so that's why it's something that you don't want to just shove off to the side thinking I don't need it. because you will come across people, and more and more of the new builders we bring into our company need very defined guidance in how to build this as a successful business. They're not they have the desire to be entrepreneurs, but they don't have as much experience in risking and in failing. So they need to be told very specifically how to go about that. And that's what the PrELITE program provides, is a lot more detailed instruction in the very beginning stages of a business with a lot of that extra support underneath there. So let me show you what the AP guidebook has. Besides letters from Gina and myself, oh, my name is spelled wrong there. Oh, well. It has a basic program overview, and so that they know what their role is and what they're looking for. Because as an AP, your job is to not just learn how, observe your mentor, but your job is to make sure your participant is wildly successful, okay? You can't force them to do that, but you're encouraging, supporting, following up with them, and helping them be successful in their business efforts. And that requires you to be very observant of what is going on for them, encouraging them, complimenting them, catching them doing good things, and building that relationship with them. And Gina would add to this, I would assume, so I'm going to speak for her for a second, but this business is about relationships. It's not just business. It's about caring for somebody else, being friends with them, and supporting that person as a friend would too. But that happens over time, as well as, building your business relationships. So here for the AP, they don't get the complete script like the mentor did. They get just their section of things. They get the, they have the orientation call agenda, and it's highlighted in black or in bold what their speaking part would be. And they go over the assignments at the end of their orientation call. The week 1 review call, they are going to be training on skills, and they're going to be covering the assignments at the end. This is really good for the AP, because when we teach, we learn, okay? We get better at what we need to do when we're actually practicing it, when we're speaking it, when we're reminded of it. And the AP needs those reminders, as they're just refining their own skills. So it's not that you don't know or understand how to do these things, but you need the reminder of it that comes with the teaching of them. So that's why we love the AP participation at the, in teaching those skills every week. Again, the agenda here, they would teach on presenting, teaching, and enrolling, and then they're going to be able to cover the week coming assignments. So a lot of great stuff here, just as a reference for you in your own business, okay? Same thing all the way through. So that's the same pattern throughout the rest of the scripts for the accountability partner. But what I think is a great resource as you bring your participant through this program is that you have access to what I call a participant tracker. So you would print out page 29 through 47 for every participant you're taking through. And this is why. You get to refer to this sheet at the very beginning, the middle, and the end as they evaluate their own skill development. So these are the top 10 skills that we look to develop during PrELITE. And they're going to say on ask clarifying questions. Where do they feel they're at in this skill? Are they a D1, D2, D3, and D4? And again, we talked about that in detail in the last Talk Tuesday call, what those mean. So I'm just not going to go into that very detailed. But and then they have their commitment assessment. This is what they're committed. Like, I'm willing to commit 10 to 15 hours a week to learning and practicing the skills that will grow my business. Now, they might be like, I'm about an 8 on that. I feel like confidently I'm an 8, or I'm a 10, or I'm a 2. They get to assess their commitment levels. And depending on the total number of that in the end of each assessment, we really get a feel for how much heart is really in this for them, okay? It's not just what they say, but also what they're doing. And that shows up in that commitment assessment. But the cool thing here is that you as an AP now have a place to take notes and observe, like, what is really going on with my participant. I'm listening to them. I hear the things that are between the lines. This is where you write that stuff. This is where you really get into, like, how can I support this person on a skills level, on an emotional level. Like, you really are becoming a mentor business trainer as you observe these things for them. And at the bottom of the page is a reminder of what their assignments are for that week so that you can support them in that. And then you have a weekly support tracker. This is where you get to touch base with your participant on a daily basis and keep track of that for yourself. So the question is, how did you connect and support your participant on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and throughout the week? And these reminder questions: how can I show the kind of support my participant needs today at their current development level, right? So we know their development level in a skill they're practicing is this. So how can you show up for them and support them? This is asking you as an AP to think a little bit more about leadership and about stepping forward as a leader instead of just thinking that they'll figure it out for themselves. This is asking you to get in and really show up for your participant in a way that you probably haven't in the past. And that grows you as well as helps grow them, okay? So you can see those different questions. And this is the same repetition, weekly call notes with the next week's assignments for that participant, and then how you're gonna show up and support them. And keep a record of how you're doing as an AP, how you're showing up to encourage, compliment, and support and show gratitude for the person that's wanting to build a business with you, okay? So these, again, this is the part that you would print out for yourself to track your connection with your participant throughout the rest of the program, okay? Mentors, if you want to print something out this for yourself, you would do the same thing. Page 29 through 47 in the Accountability Partner Guidebook, which you have access to, you would print out those pages and then have them for your reference, okay? So that's the Accountability Partner Guidebook in a nutshell. And then I want to introduce you to the Participant Guidebook, okay? So this is 100 pages of resources and that are personalized to that participant because of how they respond to these questions. And so we'll walk through it really quick. Again, the Are You Ready to Be a Participant letter, place for them to write key information. Hey, who's my mentor? What's their phone and email? Who's my accountability partner? What's their phone and email? When are we meeting on a regular basis? Day, time, Zoom number, and the members area URL, which is just PrELITEplus.com. And then what's my login and my password? And then again, they're saying, hey, I expect myself to show up for my business. These are the commitment questions that we ask them at the beginning, middle, and end. And it's written right here as well for them to show up for. Again, a letter from Gina and from myself for the participant, a diamond map. This helps them track the process that PrELITE can help them get to diamond by helping other people be successful in implementing this program. You complete PrELITE first, then you help 3 others complete it. That would make you a silver, and then you help your 4 qualifiers, help them support 3 other people to go through it, and that puts you in the position of diamond, okay? So we're trying to simplify and take away the scariness of what diamond is. It's not scary. You can do this, and it's pretty awesome to be able to do that. We introduce them to the fast track and the pacer track. If somebody wants to take this business really fast and get to diamond in 10 months, how does that work, right? If they want to take it a little slower and do it in 16 months, how does that work, right? And then the average annual earnings for doTERRA currently. So they have an idea of that. We have a place in the participant guidebook to make their list of 100. This is why we ask them to download or to purchase their $15 guidebook, download it, print it out, and write out their names because they'll use this as they go through the program. And it's actually a list of 200. We have extra 100 spots for, as your network grows to add people to that list. This is the participant's personal skill and commitment assessment sheet. So they can keep record of how they're showing up in skill levels and in commitment levels. And just, again, helping them be honest with themselves about what their business is about. So here's a personal development book list, just a beginning book list. They can add other things to that as they go through the program. And then their declaration posters that become also their vision boards as they go through the program too. So there's one for every single rank in doTERRA up to presidential diamonds. And then for the participant, they have a place to write their notes. For the orientation call, they can write their notes in there. And then their assignments are listed at the bottom of that call. And then as they go about those assignments, the following pages will support them in getting those done. So this is one of the assignments for week 1 is go through doTERRA University. Here's the checklist of what that looks like for them for that week. These are the questions that they need to complete for their why journal on part 1. There's 4 parts to that why journal. And this is the first one. These are just a place as they go through the week, as they have questions and insights that they can write down. It becomes like a personal journal for them as they're going through this program, okay? And then we go into the next week's call, which is the week 1 review call. So we're looking back on the last week, their first week, and we're reviewing it together. And again, we have the new assignments for them, and then the worksheets that help support them in those assignments, including references like this, the customer-centric flow chart, which is something we've created to help remind people about the importance of showing up for your customers in the best way that serves them. A reference for referrals, again, how would you ask for a referral in different settings, giving them examples and the opportunity to write that out for themselves, what they would say. So giving voice to the unknown is really important as they build these foundational steps, because otherwise it's just, I don't know what to say, and then people don't do it. So we ask them to go through the hard work of thinking through what they would say, and then they have this reference for themselves for the rest of their business career, right? And then again, another why journal, another checklist. We have them have notes pages for the Truman Team videos. This is so amazing, you guys. Something that is unique about our PrELITE program is that the Blue and Presidential Diamond leaders in the Truman Team and Gina's team have given their time, their knowledge, their expertise, and their wisdom in training on specific areas like teaching and following up. And so we have them watch that as they go through PrELITE, and they can keep notes on that. And then there's their journal, question and insights area. And then we go into the next review call. So again, a very similar thing that is supporting them through every single step of the learning, the learning curve, so that they can feel like, yeah, I got this together. I know what I'm doing. I can do this. And that's really what we want people to feel like, and believe in themselves that they can be successful in this business, because you can, and you don't need to know massive amounts of information. You need to be very confident in the basic things and do those repeatedly and help people build upon that. Your knowledge and experience will grow over time, of course. That will make you more valuable to your team, but these simple things do not go away just because you become a diamond leader. Everybody has to continue to do that. So again, these are resources throughout the participant guidebook. I'm just going to scroll through this really quick to see if there's anything else that stands out to me that I forgot to talk about. There's agendas for like your one-on-one, agenda for your class, agenda for your membership overview, so you know how to go about those and feel confident in what you're doing. There's customer care sheets. There's one for a one-on-one, and there's this one for your follow-up. Just so you have an idea of the agenda, the flow of those interactions. So you can trust that you should, follow up with those people and do those things. Let's see, video notes are highlighted in these yellow banners. And let me see if there's something else that stands out. What, Zane? No, I just need you to go out of my room. Take Tobin with you. One of the other things that we introduce in the builder section of the program is that we ask people to create a builder avatar. And I think what is really cool about that is that, here, Tobes, Gina has talked about this so much, the importance of identifying what you need in a builder, what you're looking for, getting crystal clear on what you're looking for. And we ask people to do that in the very beginning of their business. Yes, this might change over time, but asking people to think about it now will help them create that sooner in their business. Oops, I just 75. I don't know where I was at. Anyway, more things, more notes and references for them. And one of the cool assignments we have that a builder do towards the end of the program is we have them really break down where their team is at, what each account is at, whether they're a customer, a sharer, a builder, or a leader, and what their next rank goal is, so that they can start strategically doing things in their team to help them advance in their rank goals too. Let's see here. We go over their strengths from the strengths finder, so we can start helping them use their strengths to support your team. There's just no way that we can all do everything for everybody. And so we just want to hone in on what you're good at and use that to use your strengths and leverage those for the benefit of your team, and help your leaders do the same, because everybody is unique and different in that. So, all right, so that is basically the participant guidebook, and they get to the end of that. One of the tools that all participants receive is a PrELITE planner, and this is a way for them to track themselves as they go through the program. This is their monthly goal tracker. There's certain personal development things we ask them to keep track of as they go through the month. Focusing on one thing every day to get accomplished or get done is a very vital thing in moving forward in anybody's business. A little vision board right here, inspiration board. There is the weekly breakdown where you can time block on this top third section. You can keep track of who you are asking and inviting that day, who you're following up with that day, and whose appointments you have made for that day, and then a to-do list that's throughout the week. There is a reminder column over here of your time blocking, what you're time blocking for on a weekly basis that helps advance your business. You have your weekly business goals, goal to how many people I'm inviting, enrolling, membership overviews, and business overviews, and then the actual result of that week. Your affirmation statements, and then your weekly notes, just a place to keep that together, and reflections. And then you have a yearly planner, so you can look at your year at a glance. And this is all planned, put together so that you guys don't have to buy a new one for a new year. It becomes very flexible for you, where you can change it up year to year. So it's not like once you have it, you can reuse it consistently, okay? So that's another tool for them. So let me finally show you guys the membership area site so that you can see what you get when you purchase your participant, when you purchase your, you would go to PrELITEplus.com to purchase either the mentor guidebook, the mentor package, the accountability partner package, or the participant package. And down here, this is the mentor package. And here's the accountability partners would go here to buy their books, and the participants would go here to buy theirs. But once they do, they'll be sent a link to log into their membership area. So there's a member login up here. And I'm going to log in so you guys can see what that looks like. Now, my site has access to everything, so you'll see everything here. This is the old guidebook right here. That for any new person getting the guidebook, they have to purchase it from PrELITEplus.com. This shows all their weekly assignments. Week 1, this is what they need to do. Some of this I need to update. Week 2, week 3, and this again is showing them what they are doing for that week and where to access some of the videos and other things that they need to do, okay? Other resource that we have new to PrELITE 2.0 is tapping. EFT is a great way to help move through emotional blocks. And so we have tapping videos on all of the affirmations that are done by Brad Yates, who's a world-renowned EFT professional, and is walking you guys through those. So that's pretty awesome. And then for the accountability partner, they would have access to, this would unlock for them because they purchased the AP guidebook. They would unlock their things. Mentor support unlocks all of everything. And PrELITE Prep is something that is old, so don't worry about that. But again, this would be your site to log into the members area and be able to access those details and information, all right? So now that I've sort of fire hosed you all, isn't that so fun? Oh wait, you guys couldn't see me sharing my screen. Shoot, I'm sorry about that. Now you can see it. This is, I'm sorry, I must be moving too fast. This is the membership area that you would log into to be able to see what resources you need. Sorry about that, I totally screwed up there. But if you want to, let me go to show you guys real quick the website. Go to PrELITE Plus, PrELITE plus.com. And down here is where the mentors are going to buy their whole package to help them have the guidebook and all the resources they need to start doing this on their team. The APs would buy their guidebook here, and the participants will buy their guidebook here, okay? So this is where you send people to as you're taking them through the program. They go get your guidebook here, and we'll be in touch kind of thing. All right. So I'm going to stop the share and I'm just going to open it up for questions or I know I firehoused you guys on this. This is usually a different presentation of it, but I want you guys to know that this is a powerful program for your leadership growth, for your teams. And one of my personal passions is not just helping doTERRA grow. Like I love seeing doTERRA grow and how these oils impact and change people's lives. But what I really also love is seeing women and leaders grow. I love you guys seeing your potential and grasping that and living up to that. And so PrELITE supports that growth. It supports that confidence and that personal development that is required for all these big dreams, you know, of diamond and above. It doesn't just happen without any effort. There's certain skills and thoughts and practices and actions that need to happen as you lay that foundation and you're consistent in that. So, cool. Good. I'm glad you like it, Shelley. I'm excited to take you through it. Anybody else have any thoughts or questions they want to ask Gina or Brenda or Denise?
Pam?
Hey, G.
What I wanted to say is, you know, I don't know. I have a lot going through in my mind, but you guys, if we could give a group hug to Tamara, because Tamara has taken the best.
Oh no. We lost Gina. She probably didn't know that she did that. Dang it. Well, maybe she'll jump back in. Denise, do you have any questions? Oh, you're sweet.
Do I have any questions? I'm just thinking, my head's spinning of how I could do this overseas. I did actually go through a little bit with one of the ladies I was working with, but our schedules just didn't match with the time difference and things like that. So I'm just trying to go through it in my mind of how I could do it internationally. Love it. I love it for people local, and we're just now starting to do that. We've kind of had our focus overseas, but
I was going to say, I can't remember if did I send you the old version of the book that has been translated to Mandarin?
No.
Okay. Because somebody did do that, and though it's outdated, it's still effective.
Yeah.
And still usable. So I will find that email. Her name's Ling Ling, and she took the whole program and translated it.
Wow. Amazing. Yeah, I'd love that.
It's a lot more complicated in a way now. It's not just one guidebook, but you have the two for the AP stuff. But again, like it has the potential to really support not just like team growth, but leadership growth. So
yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Yeah, however I can get my hands on that, that'd be awesome.
Okay, well, I'll send you the Mandarin one when I go find that.
Yeah. Yay!
Gina's back.
That was the strangest thing. I'm like, that's never happened before. I didn't even know I was on low energy. Sorry, my computer quit on me. Sorry. Anyway, sorry. Yes, this needs to be translated in all the languages. But what I was going to say, you guys, is, hold on. There we go. Is that Tamara's taken the best of the best that anything and everyone in doTERRA has to offer, even doTERRA, and she's put it within the pages of this PrELITE program. And we're blessed that Tamara's taken so much time. And so what I wanted to say is thank you, Tam.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that everyone wants to thank you. And, that training I did in Nashville last weekend, everyone mentioned, there were a lot of people that mentioned the PrELITE program, a lot of the presenters, and everyone, was thanking me for the PrELITE program. I'm like, don't thank me, thank Tamara Bartmus. And, and another thing about Tam is, one thing that I am not a fan of is excuses, and you guys know that. And because I've noticed those people who are moving forward are the ones that are not giving into excuses. So if you guys hear yourself thinking of excuses and you hear yourself start saying them, think of Tamra, because let me tell you about Tam. If anyone has excuses, no, I'm serious, Tam. Not only in this last year have you put together and recreated and reformatted the PrELITE program and even made it this 2.0 version, which is awesome. And nobody has excuses, not the participant, not the AP, or nor the mentor. Nobody has an excuse not to move forward in this business if they use this correctly and if they just open the pages and start sharing. There's no excuses. But let me tell you about Tam, you guys. Not only does she have 5 very busy children and another one on the way. Oh, sorry. Everyone knows, right?
Yes.
Okay. And another one on the way. But her husband works for a retail store on the corporate side, and he is always gone. He travels constantly. Whenever I call her, he's never home. And not only that, but she's still supporting her team, and she created this. So think of Tam when you want to start thinking of excuses and go, man, if Tamara can do this and do all that she's done, then we should be able to do the little that we're doing, or the lot, or add more onto our plate. Because the more you add onto your plate, seriously, get more busy. And then you'll realize, oh, I don't have excuses. I don't need to take excuses. So Tam, my hat is off to you. And I know that everyone appreciates this.
You know,
so.
I don't think, I was actually pondering on this quite a bit. I think it comes down to an internal purpose. And my why is driving me to do things I wouldn't normally do. And this is one of them. Like, I really passionately desire women to see themselves as amazing leaders. And doTERRA combined with that makes it like the perfect combination for that. And I think that's what makes me do the uncomfortable things. That's what makes me struggle through trying to raise my family and struggle to, do a business. Like, just makes me do things I wouldn't normally do because the vision is bigger than me. And if I would encourage you guys to do anything, if you're caught up in excuses, is to like make your vision bigger than you, or, like,
Awesome.
Purpose has to be bigger. This is
absolutely.
This isn't about me. It is about so much more than that.
Well, it is kind of about you because you are an example of what can be done. So thank you, Tam. I've got to go take care of something for my mom. So I will see you guys later. Thanks again, Tam. Love all you guys. We'll see you later.
Thanks, G. See ya. All right, guys. So that's all for today's call. I appreciate you guys taking the time to be on here for the last 15 minutes. I don't like to make these calls super long, but 2.0 is awesome. If you are already a mentor, like some of you guys have access to that, go in, download your new guidebooks, all of them, and review them, read through them, become familiar with the flow so that you can implement that in different ways with your team and start inviting people to participate with you. One of the cool experiences I have is hearing other people's success stories, and some of them are really just on the surface and some I get to go a little deeper with. And one that really inspired me was this lady who's on Gina's team in Georgia, I think, and she started using PrELITE as a brand new fresh silver. And over the last year since using it, she's not just hit platinum, but is on the cusp of diamond. And it was so amazing to see. And she's like, you know what this program has done? We are enrolling people regularly. We are asking people to, you're having the right conversations consistently because you're putting into action the things that are, outlined in the program. And so I really believe this could be that kind of a launch for yourself and your team as you move forward. So hopefully you guys will take it seriously. This program does cost money, but that is an investment that comes back to you tenfold. You can pay off the investment of this program within one successful person hitting elite in 30 days. It's that and then it becomes like only a moneymaker for you as you continue to support people through the program. So talk about the business, talk about PrELITE. You have the tools to support new business builders, and you know what you're doing more than you think you do. So that's all. Okay. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great one. See ya.